Hey guys, it's 101R Smith, back again with yet another review, and this time on the channel, we have a very first. That's right, we're going in deep. We have a very first ever on this channel, a Reborn's 1/100th, this time of the Jagd Doga from Char's Counterattack. Now, admittedly, I haven't been really interested in this line outside of the Nightingale. That was the only release so far that interested me. Otherwise, there hasn't really been anything that's really popped up or intrigued me. I've been waiting very patiently for the last 3 years for them to release the Reborn's Gundam, but it seems they don't know what they want to do with the releases that aren't set tonight. So with this line, I understand going into it, this line is specifically made for kids that are either impossible to recreate in master grade form without it costing $1 billion, or a suit that's just so infamous, obscure, very little known that it wouldn't be practical marketing wise to release this as a master grade. So it's really for the obscure things like the Nightingale or the GP04. But this one we have the Jagd Doga, the second most powerful mobile suit in the Neon Zeon line outside of the Suzami. Piloted by that prick of a kid Gyunei from Char's Counterattack, Char's right-hand man. So with this in mind, you know, I'm pretty excited about this because I've never done this before. As well, this is a really big kit, or at least the box is really big. It's about the size of a master grade box, so it has to be pretty big. So with that in mind, why don't we open up the box and see what we have here in this kit. When you open up the box, you're gonna realize that this is a pretty big kit. Honestly, with the amount of runners and everything, it's about the size of a master grade, which could be intimidating to some, but trust me, it's really not. Starting off, you're going to see that you're going to get really big pieces. There isn't a lot of inner frame in this kit. Apparently, that's the signature of the Reborn's line, so it's just similar to a high grade or a no grade. You're going to get a lot of big pieces, and it seems like almost everything is molded into the perfect color. The nice teal green, the yellows, the reds. You're going to get clear pieces for the funnel system. You get some frame, but it's basically for joints, and you're going to get a decent amount of weaponry. Also, it's nice to see that they included yellow beam sabers. As well, you get a large sheet of polycaps and a serviceable amount of foil stickers. All built up, and now we have the Jagd Doga. And this thing looks pretty good outside of its own box. Most of the colors are molded into its correct detail, minus a few pieces here and there, particularly the shield. And there's enough molded in detail that will satisfy a straight builder. Now, for you expert builders out there, you have a blank canvas to work with. There's enough line work here and there to work for you, and you can paint this all up. Otherwise, I would say that the Jagd Doga out of box works in itself in its entirety. It's a pretty good looking kit and is very anime accurate to its model in Char's Counterattack. Now why don't we take a look at some of that articulation. Like always, we're going to start with the head. The head is on a ball joint and it can go forward, and when it comes to side, that's about it. The shoulder's on a hinge, and the arm can rotate 360 degrees, no problem. The arm will give you a single jointed elbow, and you're going to get the hands on ball joints. You're going to get that much movement on the waist, and not about it. And you're going to get some swivel action due to the pegs and balls on the shoulders. Both front, side, and back skirts can move out, and you're going to get a double jointed knee. And you're going to get some little bit of toe articulation. The articulation on the Jagd Doga is serviceable. That's really all that I can say. Just like with any other kit, the Jagd Doga comes with a couple of accessories. While not much, they do have some cool detail and articulation to them. Let's check them out. First off, you're going to get the Beam Assault Rifle. This thing is essentially a couple pieces put together, but molded out, it has really great detail. However, you're going to have to put one really ugly sticker, a nice foil sticker, and a clear piece that you can paint up to your own color. While this holds up fine, the butt of the gun is too long, so you're not going to get it at a really nice forward extension. As well, this starts to bring down some weight issues on the Jagd Doga. See in here. Next we get the shield with a nice beautiful Xeon insignia. You're going to be able to attach it to the side of the back of the hand, and it helps to counterweight a little bit with the assault rifle, but these accessories are a little bit too heavy, and it starts to weigh down the Jagd Doga in terms of posing. It really hurts with posing. Next up, you're going to get a beam saber with a knife add-on, which looks pretty good. Unfortunately, you're going to have to paint the knife. It comes in gray. I use a metallic Gundam marker to make it silver. You're going to add a nice yellow beam effect part, and it's probably the easiest of the accessories to hold on to. No weight distribution issues, though it can get a little tricky to hold on the hand once in a while. But otherwise, it's the best way to pose the Jagd Doga. Finally, the next best part about this kit is you get an adapter for the funnel systems. You get 6 clear sticks that you can bend to your will and attach the funnels into them. The funnels on themselves can be a bit finicky with the flaps, but once you get them to work, it works pretty well. And if you can pose them right, they can eat up a lot of space, which should be as well. This is supposed to be the second best neon suit in Char's Counterattack. I mean, Gyunei even gave Amuro a bit of a run of his money, not only in the Riga Z, but the new Gundam as well. So, I finally have my very first Reborn's 1/100 kit under my belt. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty mixed. Out of the box, it looks great on its own. For all those expert builders out there, you can do a lot of customization, get it to color up exactly the way you want it. It's a beautiful canvas for you to work on. However, it just feels so flimsy. Even when I'm trying to attach things onto itself, I've had the torso just pop out so many times just in trying to give it the accessories. It's very difficult, and it just feels so flimsy and cheap. Especially since most of the legs are hollow. They should have really put some type of inner frame in the lower part of the shins to help counterweight some of its more heavier aspects. Like I said before, the accessories are nothing exactly to write home about. They are molded in most of the right colors, but you're gonna have to do some painting, especially with the shield. And it's just, it looks good, but nothing remarkable, which I think really sums up the Jagd Doga as itself. It's just really nothing special outside of having the kit to complete your Char's Counterattack collection. I wasn't really blown away. I wasn't expected to be blown away at all. Don't get me wrong. I knew going into this, I had to think to myself, okay, going in, this is a really big high grade. And if you go in knowing that this is essentially a really big high grade, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Me, it's just, I wasn't impressed at all. It was very ho-hum build, and things got really repetitive, especially when it comes to the funnels. Still, do I suggest that you get it? Yeah, if you know exactly what you're getting into, you've got the money, you got the time, and maybe if you want to paint this up, really add it to your collection. I would not doubt you one bit if you wanted to. This isn't a bad kit, just might not be for me, but I don't regret getting it. So this is One-on-One Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!